this is Sherry Veronica. Sometimes when you see social media people online and they are asking Barbadians if they feel safe, or they may be saying that they have to protect their integrity, yet they're doing the dirtiest things that you could ever see happen in life. The dirtiest things you could ever see happen in life, these particular people do, and they do it in full view of their audiences. Yet they talk about reputation, yet they turn and they ask you if you feel safe in Barbados. How could you feel safe in Barbados with people like those particular social media personalities in Barbados behaving the way they do? They're misogynistic. They just despise women. And one has been said to be seen going into the back rooms in Nelson Street with the girls. The other one is a murderer. The other one, his mom was killed by his father. He never talks about that. They don't talk about things like that. All they want to do is talk about you. They want to talk about you, what you have done, as though there's no dirt in their lives. And as we speak, there's a whole lot of dirt in their lives. Now this one here, Shane Mario Clarke, when his father asks you, do you feel safe in Barbados? Tell me, Barbadians, do you feel safe in Barbados? You've heard him asking that question and sometimes telling you to be good to someone or whatever. People, people just buy into all that kind of, he's a fraudster. He knows how to work words, and words are spells, and spells are curses, and people know how to work their words to draw you in, to pull you in. So this Shane Mario Clarke, sometimes I would say, well, who's the mom or who's the father? He's been in the system since forever. Since forever. I don't know if he is still at the hotel there in St. Philip, but he was earlier this year picked up for illegal possession of weapons and, the ammunition to go with the weapons and everything. Shane Mario Clarke's father is Winston Clarke. Now, the reason I'm bringing this to you is because there was another Clarke that was sent up recently, very recently, to the hotel there in St. Philip Dodds. And people were saying that he may have a relationship to Winston Clarke. And I had to do some investigation, and I don't know if there's a blood relation, but they were saying maybe it's his son, but this one here is his son. Shane Mario Clarke is Winston Clarke. He goes by Griffith also. I mean, Winston Clarke has different names that he goes by, but this is Winston Clarke's son. And when Winston Clarke asks you if you feel safe in Barbados, what is your answer? How do you answer that? When he's asking you that, when a murderer, when a counterfeiter, when a fraudster, when a womanizer, when a liar, when a schemer looks you in the face through the camera, through AI, and asks you if you feel safe in Barbados, I guess you will say, yeah, I feel safe because you're not killing anymore, and hopefully you're not scamming and defrauding people anymore. Hopefully, that counterfeiting thing that you used to do, that that whole thing is behind. Hopefully it's behind you. Hopefully you're not hurting women. Hopefully you're not deceiving women. So hopefully your children are not shooting up the place and walking around with illegals, and hopefully your children are gainfully and productively employed or doing whatever they're doing to become, productive members of society. So when someone that is a murderer, when someone that has no integrity, when someone can say, I have someone's medical records and I'm going to read them all for you, could talk about integrity. What are you guys stomaching? You guys can stomach almost anything. You got the hardest stomachs when you can tolerate people like that talking to you and behaving a certain way, yet they want to be looked at as being people with morals and who have reputations. There's no reputation. No one who walks around saying that they have medical records and they are going to spread those medical records online has any reputation, has no morals, has no integrity. There's nothing. That person is a subhuman. Is a subhuman. And a murderer looking at you and asking you if you feel safe in Barbados. Yeah, you should. Yeah, you feel safe because he's not murdering anymore. He's not buggering anymore. You know, it's the strangest thing you see. But anyhow, Mario Clarke is Winston Clarke's son. And I wanted to put that out there so that when you see another Clarke come up, you don't bombard my blog saying, this is Winston Clarke's son and blah, blah. But he has, as far as I'm hearing, one son, and this is him. This is him, okay? So that's it for this. This is Sherry Veronica.
Help me spread the word about Naked Departure via social media. Subscribe and share to show support and love for our channels.